Hello and welcome to another Webcam Wednesday. I wanted to talk about the Oklahoma tornado. If anybody happens to know where we can send money or any other kind of help, please do comment below and I'll stick it in the description and probably put it as an annotation on here as well. Pretty serious problem, really. Fastest winds ever recorded on this planet, apparently, and also it was unusually wide. So that was all a bit worrying. Okay, now I'm going to talk about stuff because obviously this is a tragedy for 25 people, I think it is, being killed and so many other people having lost their homes. But I also do want to talk about the whole scientific side of the thing and also something else which I'm going to mention in a bit. Okay, here's a map of the lower 48. I'm sorry it's so badly drawn. I'm not good at maps. I don't know the US that well and so on. And also I apologize for people in Canada and Mexico, Alaska and Hawaii that they're not on the map. But this is basically to illustrate a physical feature of the United States. Oklahoma is there. The Rockies are here. And lower lying plains are generally across here, although obviously you've got things like the Appalachians there. So what happens is you have high ground here where the air is colder, low ground here where the air is warmer, and what happens is the cold air moves in this direction and ends up on top of the warm air, which is the kind of conditions that give rise to tornadoes. What happens is basically that the cold air tries to sink and the hot air tries to rise and you get warm air tries to rise and you get a twister, and that's like sort of water going down a plug hole sort of situation, and that's what happens. Tornadoes are incredibly powerful, also incredibly concentrated power. So what's happened basically is you have Tornado Alley, which is sort of around here. I can't do this because I'm doing this backwards. Around, can't make my hand move in the right way. Anyway, and you get a whole load of tornadoes there, more tornadoes in North America than probably in the rest of the world put together, and more severe tornadoes in America. Now, I don't want to belittle the situation in Oklahoma. However, I do want to point out something interesting. Here is a probably slightly better drawn map of England as opposed to Britain. I've obviously missed out Wales and Scotland on here, and Ireland is not part of the United Kingdom at all. I mean, Northern Ireland, obviously, but yeah, so that's the situation. Now, we in this country, we have a similar situation. We have something called the Tees-Exe Line, which is roughly roughly there, running from the T's to the X. On the west and northern side of that line, we've got high ground. On the east and southern side of that land, we've got low lying ground. So we have the same situation. And because of that, we do actually get tornadoes in this country. I have twice experienced the tail end of a tornado, and what seems to happen is you get sudden, very heavy rain, sudden wind coming out of nowhere, and then it goes away again very quickly because it's concentrated. And yes, it does happen in this country. But I also wanted to point something else out that I think we always take for granted in this country, which is that everything in this country is moderate. We have moderate climate, moderate natural disasters on the whole, moderate diseases, moderate wildlife, moderate everything. Everything is in the middle. Now, you might say that's boring, but we're actually also really lucky because living somewhere like this, you have earthquakes, tornadoes, tidal waves. I mean, we would occasionally get tidal waves and all that stuff. We don't know how lucky we are in this country. No, hardly any poisonous animals and all that stuff. And I think also from a political point of view, there is very little unrest, which, you know, is a bad thing in a way, but, you know, it's just so moderate and calm here. So I want to reiterate, any ideas that anybody has to help people in Oklahoma, the victims of or the survivors of the Oklahoma tornado, please tell me. Anyway, that's it for today. Please rate, comment, subscribe and share if you like this video. If you dislike it, please tell me why so I can improve, and I'll see you tomorrow. Also, yes, basically, thank you for reminding me about the whole framing thing. It's a bit difficult to do. This is on a webcam, obviously, and I realise that there's reflection in my glasses, and there's not a lot I can do about that either because I'm having to time it. Anyway, that's it for now. Bye. See you tomorrow.